Hey guys, Nathan Masters here with Brick System Brothers, and up for review today is an old creator set number 4953. This is back from 2007. Officially it was called Fast Flyers. So yeah, our pretty typical creator set. There were 3 in 1, so 2 alternate builds, and then our main build is this jet aircraft. So yeah, going back a little ways to 2007, that's 13 years ago now. We have seen quite a few new elements join the LEGO part family since then, but I think this jet still manages to do pretty good with the pieces that were available at the time. And what we see with those are these, I think some highlights here are these intakes made out of these arched window pieces, so really capturing the shape and the general size. And then our actual engines in the back here, really good use of those for the afterburners and just getting the shape right in general. And then as a creator set usually includes some functionality, and so in this case we have a wing sweep angle adjustment, and that's built into the back here with this Technic feature where we just have this function here. So just uses some pivots and a couple of links to achieve this. And we also have to keep these tiles here up on the top so that that can slide underneath. But yeah, the overall form is really well executed. Getting those proportions right for the jet does pretty well. In addition to our wing sweep change, we have working landing gear and the protective flaps for that, also folding out and around. Not as stable as we see nowadays where we have multiple clips holding these in place. There's just this single clip on these, so something to notice there. So this actually belongs to my roommate. He brought some of his old Lego back from his recent trip home, and we've just been putting some together, looking through everything that he had. One thing we noticed on these was kind of a mix of different blues. And I don't know how familiar you guys are with the history of Lego colors, but somewhere around 2007, 2006, they started making their own color mixes in-house. Maybe it was earlier, but at some point they were still getting color from their supplier and mixing their own. And so I think a couple of sets ended up seeing these different shades of blue. And it's harder to see on camera, but one of these blues is kind of known now as this brown brittle blue because it was tinted slightly brown. And the brown is more known for this, but it just kind of goes brittle over the years. And so it's something to watch for. It does tend to crack easier and can be a bit of a pain if it gets broken. And I think plates are really prone to the cracking, tiles, but you can kind of spot it in the light if you know what you're looking for. There is a bit of a crack on this tile. You can kind of see. So something to keep in mind, especially if you're buying used sets from this era. This blue might be a problem. And so in 2007, this retailed for $20, and just a quick search on Bricklink is telling me that used this is now worth about $15. And if it is still sealed in the box, you could probably get about $50 for this set. Now keep in mind, 2007 is a little while ago, so there's definitely some just with the age is factoring into that. I would say that's probably the biggest factor here. Just sitting longer in a sealed box, that's probably going to drive up the price of any Lego set. So that's helping a lot, but also I think it's still a desirable set. So the fact we've only got 25% of our original value knocked off for a used one, that's holding up pretty well. And I think that's because our piece count here is actually pretty high for this price point. And so, according to Brick Set, this has 312 pieces, which is usually pretty accurate, you know, plus minus a few for your extras and whatever. And we don't have a minifigure here either to account for. So those 312 pieces for a $20 set are really helping this keep its value. So yeah, a couple other things here would just be the other functionality that we see in the wings. These ailerons actually fold and pretty realistic. So really nice looking set. And Creator does a lot of these jets and planes. I think this one is decidedly American, so interesting color scheme going on here. Is definitely American style fighter as well. No visible guns though. Oh, the other thing is the scale here. It's not quite minifigure scale. It's definitely not minifigure scale, but it isn't exactly a microfigure scale either. So somewhere in between. And Creator, I think for a long time has been really good about keeping a sense of scale in their models, not necessarily sticking to one or the other, but the one that they do go with usually follows through. This one in particular, our alternate models actually look like they're built into the same scale, so interesting piece there. So maybe some good color mold combinations in this set. I'm looking here, I don't really see anything too fantastic. Maybe these slopes in light gray. The engines, of course, are always good to grab, but it's not really exclusive. Some of these blue anti-slopes maybe would be good, especially since there's 6 here. Yeah, other than that, there's nothing really unique. It's just a good functional build. And again with this wing function. It's really sturdy. It's locked in. It's a good design. So that's about it for the Creator 4953, specifically our fighter jet model. And we've got lots more content on Brick System Brothers. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.